My name is Nicholas. I'm the CTO at Si Futures, and I've been at the company since 2020, so it'll be 16 years. So being the CTO, a typical day for me would be looking after everything technology, looking after the service desk in terms of making sure that our feedback to our customers is good and it makes sense, and that our customers are happy with the feedback that they're getting and the cadence of the feedback. I assist Charles, our service desk manager, on that side of it as well. He does a great job, but we work quite well together to look after that. Then I sit in a lot of meetings with customers. We design networks, cybersecurity solutions for customers, and just making sure that what we're positioning and what we're putting the customers future proof, and they're going to be happy with it. Most important in my job is going to sound, I suppose, very cliche, but it is looking after our clients, making sure that we're providing the best possible solution to them, and obviously always at the right price, and that our customers are happy with the, sometimes we've got challenging budgets to deal with, and we always try to make sure that they're looked after on both sides. I have been around PCs for pretty much my entire life. We built my first computer when I was like 4 years old. My dad's in IT, all my uncles are in IT, so I guess I was kind of doomed from the start, to be honest. I started my own business when I was 16. I built websites for various clients. I dabbled in a bit of marketing. At the time, fax was quite like a big thing. And I spent quite a bit of time helping clients that were targeting schools with getting their name out there through fax, which at the time, again, was something that a lot of people still used, and it was quite effective. Then I moved on to building a wireless network for our neighborhood and providing internet access. At the time, Telkom had the monopoly, and the ADSL in the area wasn't great. And our neighborhood needed a wireless solution. Well, they didn't need it. We told them they needed it, and it turns out that they did. The service was infinitely better than what they got from Telkom. Yeah, and then that's when Geordie saw the work that I did, and he asked me to come join him at SI. What's great is that we have quite a lot of clients that have different types of environments, some big, some small, some in between, and we can draw a lot of knowledge and take that and actually apply it to a lot of our other clients. And it's great to have that kind of experience, everything from like a 5-user environment up to like a 3, 4,000, 5,000 user environment. And it's something that I think we take a lot of the learnings and the lessons that we from those customers, and we actually can try and share the knowledge around, and so everyone can benefit from that. We built a global network for one of our banking customers, and it was done in an extremely short amount of time. Everyone else said it could probably take at least 12 months to build this out. It took us only 3, and it was built according to spec. We took absolutely no shortcuts. We worked 16 hours a day for 3 months flat, trying to get this network up and running. A lot of hair-raising moments with suppliers not coming to the party, but it's part of the game, and we worked hard to make sure that all of them came to the party and didn't let us down. But all in all, we managed to get it together in record time, and it's still going today, and we're very proud of that. It was something that it was like one of the first big projects that I dealt with. That was about 10 years ago now. I decided to join because I obviously, for my love of IT, I felt like this is probably something that I would like to do for the rest of my life. I've just got a passion for technology, I suppose. Everything from home technology all the way into the enterprise. It's just, I do enjoy it. Yeah, I suppose I started out in desktop support, which was fine at the time, and I learned a hell of a lot working in enterprise environments. And I strongly believe that most people should be starting there to learn and understand a lot of the tech stack rather than just starting at like sort of the end point. But I didn't really want to do desktop support. I kind of got bored after a while, and I really wanted to do networking. And that was really my passion, was the networking side. And now the cybersecurity side as well, I'm really enjoying. It's important that we listen and understand what the customer is asking us to provide, and to help and work with them to build something that they can be happy with. I mean, we're not money focused or anything like that. We try to build the solution first. When we see what exactly what the tagline says, is that we focus on the business requirements for the client, and we match the technology for that. I enjoy the guys when they are looking after each other, helping each other. Everyone gels really well together. And I think a lot of the guys, yeah, they're all helping each other out. I like to see the collaboration, and sometimes it can be a challenge when we're busy and things are stressful. But I really like to see the guys like, helping each other out, and stepping in when it's needed the most. The most common challenges, I would say, is probably reliable connectivity. South Africa has an issue of providers that unfortunately have had a string of outages and incidents. And the internet in general is unfortunately plagued by issues across different paths. So that is something that I think people find quite challenging, especially since we're moving everything onto the internet now. We've moved away from MPLS and on-prem technology stacks, and we're moving everything into the cloud. So internet and the reliability of the entirety of the path is becoming even more important. I mean, a lot of people don't do on-site meetings anymore. Everything's done virtualized and online, which means that the meetings and the quality of these meetings need to be like as if you're sitting there. And again, it requires very reliable internet. I think that's becoming super important for customers, and it is becoming a pain point. The internet is obviously bigger than us, it's bigger than anyone, and nobody can guarantee anything. But where I think we do try to help is that we've partnered ourselves with the best of breed providers. Si Futures itself is not a T1 or a T2, which gives us an advantage in the sense that it allows us to bring in a whole bunch of different upstreams that would enable our customers to take advantage of that. Recently, we had a client that offers a lot of services to US-based companies out of South Africa. It was a very challenging time. We spent a lot of time helping this customer design the network. We spent a lot of time with them understanding the applications they access, what the applications do, where do they go. We built a monitoring system around that customer to give them more visibility into the network, into the different paths, which enabled them to be able to feed back to their end client when they were having issues, what the issues were, because I think that's valuable. It's valuable for people to understand where the problems occur and if there's a possibility to avoid them happening in the future. And that's exactly what we did. We found that there was issues with specific peering points in the US, and because of our monitoring, it enabled us to highlight those, take that back to our upstreams and say, hey, can we divert traffic from these problematic nodes? And we did that, and we've been doing that for a couple of months now, and things are actually looking incredibly stable. Customers happy at the moment, so I'm quite chuffed about that. I think it's the old saying, trust takes a lifetime to earn, but a day to lose it. And it's very true. But I think in order to build trust is something that you need to make sure that you always have the client's best interests at heart and not your own. I always try to position myself in, where they're from their side of the table. I always put myself into their shoes and I try to understand their business. And I mean, every company has its own sort of proclivities around your boss is what they want, what the pressure is, and it can be challenging, and for a lot of IT managers, I try to put myself into their position, to their shoes, so to speak, and I always try to position technologies that I think is actually going to make their lives easier, or solutions that are going to make their lives easier. And I think that's, with the long-standing relations that we've had with a lot of our customers going on for 10, 15 years plus, it shows that we're doing things right, I think, and they do trust us. We don't do a lot of marketing at all at this company. We don't talk about ourselves. We're very customer centric in that regard. We don't go to a customer and say, hey, try and buy this new shiny thing. We're not like that. So when I do talk to clients and it comes up in a conversation organically about something that we're doing, they go, oh my God, why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you tell me about it 3 months ago, 6 months ago? And they're always surprised to hear about, different things. It's completely a mistake on our part. Maybe we should be more like everyone else and just, constantly market ourselves, but we don't. And customers are sometimes surprised about the fact that we do things other than what we offer them. I think that, my role helps them succeed because I've got a deep understanding of everything from small to enterprise networks. And also, and like I said previously, I always put myself into the position of my clients, into their shoes, and I try to see things from their perspective. And the role being a lot of solutions architecture, I try to put solutions in that, again, phrasing our tagline is match the technology the business needs, which I think is where it helps them. We try to do right by the client. Our guys are incredibly passionate about their jobs. I often see guys working till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I say to them, what are you doing up? What's happening? Is there an outage? Is something going on? And they go, no, 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 no. They just really want to get this done. Like, is there a deadline for tomorrow? No, nothing like that. They just keen to. It's really crazy to see how dedicated the guys are. And I don't think there's a lot of companies that have that. A lot of guys just work 9 to 5 and everything else. But I don't think there's many companies out there that have a team of guys that are as committed to their customers as what we do. I believe that our team looks after our clients and we do it really well. And our guys care. They're passionate about our customers. They're passionate about technology, and they always want to do right by their clients. And I think it's funnily enough, it's very rare these days to have a business that is very customer centric, and yeah, and we always will be. Seeing the sort of the fruits of the labor, so to speak, in terms of, when we see something that we implement and it works really well, we're making guys' lives easier. Feedback from IT managers and from generally from users saying, oh my gosh, this is so much better and so much faster. I get really motivated by positive feedback like that, and it really drives me to do better and to just to help people. Like, that's like a big motivation. My leadership philosophy is that, I try to give guys as much latitude as they possibly can. I don't want to be like micromanage individuals or anything like that. I think that, we instill an ethos of being client centric, which means that I know that the guys will always look after our customers, and we always try to assist our support guys where we can, or anyone really in the business, and it goes both ways. It really is a big team effort, and yeah, I fully understand that, and I try to foster that with the whole group, to help each other out and share experiences and knowledge. I subscribe to a lot of different forums and into different social media. I also get a lot of information from our suppliers. I go through webinars. I sometimes go to events to go and listen to what the new technologies are out there. I often sit at night and I research different things that sometimes I don't know everything, and I hear about some new product or technology, and I go and do a lot of research into it, and I say, well, this is something that would fit our client base. This is something that fits our ethos and something we want to maybe bring into our technology stack. And I'm constantly looking at new ways to innovate and to bring things into customers that I think they find useful. Socializing with friends. I enjoy a lot of sim racing, a bit of gaming here and there. That's pretty much it, really. I want to say Lord of the Rings. Banner Brothers. Love Asian food. Sim racing. What I'm most excited for is the cybersecurity that we're getting ourselves into. We've been doing it for a couple of months now. We've partnered up with some really strong cybersecurity firms internationally and locally to deliver something that I think is going to be like really awesome for our clients. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how that goes. Yeah, and also all the reporting and the dashboarding that we're doing around that, our insight product that we launched a couple of months ago, and yeah, and how we're bringing it all together. It looks pretty good. A goal that I'm currently working on is a challenge that I'm seeing in the IT industry, in the IT landscape, with the IT managers specifically, is that there's multiple vendors, multiple products they're having to support. A typical business of 100, 150 people could have anywhere from 15 to 20 different tools. And often IT managers are not sure what's actually going on. So something that a goal of mine that I'm looking at building and have done so far is we're taking all of the data and trying to build it into a sort of a unified, I hate the term single pane of glass, but it is what it is, single pane of glass dashboard where IT managers can take pieces of important information from their various tools within their organization and present it in one unified dashboard. I think it's important for IT managers to know what's going on in their environment. And at the moment, I think there's a massive visibility issue there. They're not sure. So as the company grows and we onboard more unique customers and different environments, I think from my side, yeah, just trying to keep up with trends, technology trends, and how we can bring those technologies into our customers' stacks to help them. Professionally, I would say is one thing I could change is I would have started SI's network as an ISP. I would have started it a long time ago. I think it's providing huge amounts of value to our customers that we've onboarded already. Our support is miles ahead of the other guys at the moment, and I think that is something that I believe I should have done a long time ago, considering the massive positive impact it had on our customers.